No, we're going down. Very comfortable. No, just cross.
Go and up here, this way down to the Kidron Valley.
在你前面是那个黑论溪谷。
Okay, throughout the history and different periods, archaeologists wanted to find any archaeology from the time of King David, King Solomon.
每个世代的那些考古学家都希望能够在大卫跟所罗门的时代找到一些考古的文物。
And all the time they were digging inside the city walls to find any archaeology from King David's time.
过去他们都在城墙里面一直挖掘，想要找关于大卫的踪迹。
Have never found anything.
因为找不到。
Until 1800.
到1800年
when a British archaeologist, his name is Charles Warren.
然后到了19世纪一个 Warren， 这个 Charles Warren 的考古学家
For the first time in history, he dug outside of the city wall to the south of the city wall, and he found archaeology from the time of King David, King Solomon.
那第一次他在南边，那个是城墙的南门下来，在这里挖掘，他找到大卫的踪迹。
Then archaeologists started to dig more and more since then, and they found all different kind of archaeological findings from the kingdom of King David in here, this
他
side.
们就在这里呢找到很多关于大卫时代的东西。
It's called the City of David.
被称为大卫的城。
And I showed you the City of David in the model in the Davidson Center.
我刚才在模型那边已经告诉你大卫的城在哪里了。
And I showed you that it's a long and narrow ridge of a mountain,
是一个很长形的一个山坡，
which was determined by two valleys,
是两个山谷把它围起来。
the Kidron Valley
这个就是基路基林西谷。
And the cheesemakers valley, the Siloam valley, that was at where the gate is, the dung gate.
还有另外一个谷呢，是跟古道有关系的，我们就是一直到那边。
There is no valley today because they filled it and made a street.
所以今天看不到，因为这是街道。
If I show you this in my paint, this is the city of David here. This one.
这小小的地方就是大卫的城，
So this is the area of the temple,
这是圣殿山，
and at the southern wall here
南墙，
comes the city of
这
David
是下来是第二边。
with the Kidron Valley on one side
这个是基路的西谷，
and the Siloam Valley in the other side.
还有比较靠近的就是这个谷，其实还有一个新任子，
It is a long and narrow city.
很长的一个很窄的一个城市。
Okay, that's the city of David. It has nothing to do with the old city that we have today.
跟这边的西边的没有关系。
And this hill, it used to be called the Jebusite hill, where the Jebusite nation were here.
当你读圣经的时候，这里提到叶布斯人之地，这本来是叶布斯人的。
And King David conquered this from the Jebusite.
对，大卫打进这个城，把它占有。
After we finish here, we're gonna go downstairs and see a 3D movie about how King David conquered the city.
我们等一下会到上面看那个三维的电影，关于大卫的城。
And the video movie will tell you about the history of the city of David throughout the history.
所以会把整个旧约的历史大概告诉你。
But here, before that, I want to explain to you one more thing. Is that at the year 701 BC, Sennacherib the king from Assyria came to conquer Jerusalem.
我们知道圣经告诉我们，5701年有一个亚述的将军叫做西拿基利来攻打大卫的城。
The king of Judea at that time, his name was Hezekiah.
当时候犹大国的王叫做西西家，
And Hezekiah wanted to be prepared for the siege that Sennacherib will do.
他为了预防西拿基利把他包围起来。
And if you remember from Megiddo, I told you that in order to hold a siege, to stand on in front of the siege, you need to have enough food and water inside the city.
到最后，如果你让人家生存下来，被人包围，需要水跟食。
Because if anyone goes out to the spring to bring the water, he will be killed.
如果他走出城外去拿水，会被杀。
So the only resource of water of all Jerusalem was down at the Kidron Valley.
是在基路西谷上面有泉水，
It's called Gihon Spring.
叫做基洪泉。
The word Gihon also mentioned in the Old Testament.
对，圣经旧约也提到。
So what Hezekiah did, he dug a tunnel from the spring into the inside part of the city, that the water flows from the spring into the inside the wall of the city.
所以他们这个西西家就把水呢从外城外挖了个水道引它进来。
That when Sennacherib make a siege, you get water inside the city, you don't need to go out.
所以虽然被西拿基地包围，他们可以城里面还可以取水。
And that's Hezekiah tunnel that you're gonna walk it.
等一下那个西西家隧道就是你要走的。
I show you this in my magic map here. Okay, this is the city of David, and this is the Gihon Spring.
这个是基洪泉，
And here you see the tunnel. It goes inside the wall into the pool outside here.
出来外面是个池，就西洛亚池，
This pool, we're gonna see it later on down. It's called the pool of Siloam.
就是西罗亚池，
That mentioned in the New Testament.
新约有提到的。
I'm gonna speak about the stories mentioned there at the pool.
我们在池那边再告诉你那边的故事。
The word Siloam comes from the word in Hebrew Shiloach, which means to send. He sent the water from here to here,
对
to send.
西罗亚就是差遣的意思，所以他把水从那里差到这里来。
Okay, questions? The other thing I want to tell you is that the Kidron Valley, as I told you in the morning, it was a cemetery all the time.
所以我们知道基伦西谷到现在很多都是坟场。
This big cemetery that you see here, that is hundreds of years ago until today.
看到前面那个坟场呢，是100多年前到现在。
But also, I want you to go to the railing here and look down, and you see 2,000 years old, 3,000 even years old tombs
如果你看在山谷里去，
from the time of King David and King Solomon.
山这里有的坟墓都藏着。
Look to the last line of houses
在左边那些屋子，
built on top of the cliff of the mountain.
他们就是沿着那一个山坡建的。
Below the houses, you see caves, lots of caves
看到很多
on the rock,
很多洞啊，
like square caves. You see them holes opening. These are tombs
这些都是
from the time of King David and King Solomon.
我无所人的时代到现在。
So this was a cemetery here.
Is there any explanation how they join the fire from both ends? When they don't
Later
have
on.
Technology.
This for later on.
Okay, you'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Also don't
King
understand.
Solomon said, there is time for
Oh,
everything under
okay.
this. Now we start to explore the city of David.
我们现在要听得到吗？我们现在要开始参观的就是大卫的城。
And here the first building we see, it's a one building, huge building that you see.
你现在进来的是原本大卫时代的一个大的建筑。
In which they found here a lot of storage for food.
放干粮的。
They found also cisterns for water
他们也找到那些水池，
and big holes, hallway.
然后还有很大的大厅，
And also a capital, this capital of a column.
还找到一个柱子的那个上顶端。
So that's why we could think that this is the palace of King David.
所以我们可以想象，它应该是一个王宫这样的一个地方。
Okay, but I have to tell you that not all the archaeologists agree about this.
我可以说所有的这个考古学家都同意这样的一个看法，
Because not all the archaeologists believe the Bible story.
你要知道，不是所有的考古家相信圣经。
The Bible story speaks about King David as a big king with a big kingdom.
我们知道圣经告诉我们，大卫的王国是伟大的王国。
So some archaeologists think that no, he didn't have that big country. He was a small, ruler of a tribe or something like this.
所以，但是有些考古学家不同意，他认为大卫只不过是个小族长。
So there are two universities here in Israel that fight against each other.
所以在这里有2间大学，他们互相的争辩，
The Jerusalem University and the Tel Aviv University.
一个是耶路撒冷大学，一个是特拉维夫大学。
One we call it maximalized and the other one is minimalized.
一个是无限扩大，一个是极简。
The maximalized, they maximize the kingdom of King David. The minimalize the kingdom of King David.
极大派就把国度讲得极大，极小派就把国度讲得极小。
The minimalized would say that this is for later on period. So this is for King Ahab, for
所以
example.
极小，我认为这是等到亚哈王的时代的。
But we believe the Bible story, right?
我们相信圣经的记载，
So that's why to me and to you, I think this is the King David's palace.
我们相信这其实就是大卫的王宫。
And here you can understand the story that says that King David once didn't go to the war. He was walking on the roof of his palace.
你在这里可以看到，有一次圣经记载，大卫没有出去打仗，他在王宫里面，
And he looked from the roof down.
他就从他的屋顶向下看。
And here you see that it's the highest place of the kingdom.
你可以看到这是比较高的地方，
All the houses are lower down.
那边是比较低的，
And he saw something in one of the houses.
所以他从屋子里看到一个东西，
Bathsheba.
他看到别是巴，
Okay. And he said, sent her husband to goodbye. And he had her. Okay. So, this is where it had happened.
所以就是这样发生的，因为他在高地。
The other thing I want to tell you here is that this was found here. Are those seals for letters. When you let King write letters, he seals this with seals.
所以你可以在这里也找到这些信件的印章，
4 seals we see here.
有
4.
4个印章。
This is the how it's big. Now, why they seal it? In order not to let anyone open it and read it. So they write it, roll it, and then they put those clay, it's clay from made of clay, okay, and glue it on the letter in order to seal it and don't be able, if anyone opened this, he needs to break the clay, so you know that it was opened in a way.
所以他们盖章了之后，他们放那些土，所以如果你打开，那土会破碎，就知道有人打开来看。
And those seals will have a stamp. They stamp the kings or the scribe that write it, stamp it with the writing that mention the name of the scribe or the name of the king.
所以他可能有这个王的签名或者盖章在泥土上面。
Normally the ring of the king has the stamp and he stamp it.
通常他们用那个戒指作为印章这样。
Those seals, I'm going to speak about them more later on down. Some of them are very important to us.
等一下那些印章，我们在下面会再跟大家说。
Why? Osama? You will find out in a few minutes.
为什么我们等一下
Okay, yalla.
发音不准。
Let's go.
Good.
First of all, I want to make sure that you understand when the Bible says that Nehemiah repaired the wall of Jerusalem. Nehemiah repaired the wall of Jerusalem. He repaired the wall around the Sea of City of David. City of David, because this is the town that existed at his time. Nehemiah wall has nothing to do with the wall of today around the city, but it was around the City of David. Okay, that's the wall of Jerusalem of his time. Here, Nehemiah wall. Okay.
西米在围城墙的时候，不是我们现在看到的外面那个城墙，而是主要是这个大卫的城的城墙。
I want 3 people to volunteer to read 3 verses, each one of them 1 verse. Just I will tell you what, and don't read it now. Just open the Bible, and I will let you know when you need to read it. But just read it once or twice because it has some difficult names. It has some difficult names.
没有任何的，我们请3个人来读一读3节的经文。
I want 1 person to prepare to read Jeremiah 37:3.
耶利米书53章。
Who's gonna read that one? Jeremiah 37:3. You? Okay. No, not now. I will tell you when.
Okay.
The second person, open Jeremiah 38:1. 38:1. Who's taking
38
that?
章1节，第一个是
Jeremiah 38:1.
第一个是37:3，第二个是38:1。
Jeremiah 38:1. Who take it? Nobody? You? Very good. Okay. You read it? Huh? You? Or you regret? You raise your hand? No? You gonna do it? Okay. You regret. All right. The third one, I want him to read Jeremiah 36:10. Jeremiah 36:10. Who's taking that one?
另外36章10节，第3个人来读。
Jeremiah 36:10. Nobody? You know how to read, right? Jeremiah 36:10. Who's taking that? Yalla. Okay, you take it. All right. Okay, later on. But now, listen to me first. First of all, I want you to tell you what archaeologists found in here.
考古学家在这里找到什么？
The archaeologists found here some houses or
在这里
buildings.
找到一些房屋，
They have found here a house
他找到一间屋子，
that has 2 floors
有双层楼的，
with the columns that you see over there. And that means that this was a wealthy man's house. Wealthy. He has some
是
money.
一个有钱人的屋子。
Okay? And the archaeologists call it Ichiel because they found the name Ichiel here at the house.
他在这里找到一个名字，就跟这个屋子有关系。
Okay, the other thing that they found here, archaeologists found in this house, they found here, let me point this out to you, my pointer. They found here something they don't find it in every house. You see my pointer in the wall? Okay? Follow my pointer in the wall. If you don't see it, you need to stand up. Okay? Follow my pointer. I'm pointing a stone here. Do you see the stone? And there's a hole in the middle. So you can sit on this. So what's this?
这个是什么东西？
What's this?
An altar?
Altar. And why is the hole in the middle?
Oh no, it's a loo.
This one?
Right now.
I cannot.
What's this?
这是什么？你每天
It's
在用
toilet
的
seat.
每天在用toilet 啊
每天在用的。
toilet。
An altar, you said?
Yes, it's my throne.
Your throne. Okay. And we know that person what he ate. The last thing he ate, that person we know.
他吃什么我们可以知道。
And why I'm telling you what he ate? Because it's interesting what he ate.
所以他吃的东西很有趣。
He ate legumes. Legumes.
它是豆，
Some legumes. I don't know what. Maybe lentils. And he ate something strange, which is raw meat.
生肉，生肉。
So why he ate raw meat? According to the archaeologists, because Sennacherib made a siege here, so they didn't have opportunity to go outside of the city to bring wood to cook their meal. So they ate their meal raw.
因为他们没有办法出到城外去找木材来煮饭，所以他吃生肉。
The last interesting thing they found here those seals that I spoke about, and I
可以
showed you
找到
before,
这一些印章，
that seals the letter. They found it in one room here,
在
over
那
there.
个房间里会找到
51 of those in one room.
51个印章。
What does that mean? No, that this was the archive of the letters of the king. We got in the palace here. We're near the
刚
palace.
才是王宫，我们可以找到。那为什么会？就是因为那是一个储藏那些信件。
Which means that this was the scribes where they write the letters, the scribes' archive.
就是把那些信件收藏起来。
And 3 names that they found them here, and the seals, they're very interesting.
他们找了3个名字，很特别的。
The first name they found here is very interesting. Is Jehuchal. You know, don't need to translate this. Is Jehuchal, the son of Shlamiah. Jehuchal, the son of Shlamiah, and he was a scribe. How we know? Let's read Jeremiah 37:3. What it says.
西底家王打发斯利米亚的儿子犹甲和祭司马西亚的儿子西番雅去见先知耶利米说：“求你为我们祷告，耶和华我们的神。”
Yeah. So this is the name.
他的名
It
字在
exists in
里
the
面出
Bible.
现。
Okay. And the Bible says he's a scribe.
他是一个文士。
A second name was found here is Dalia, the son of Fashur. Dalia,
第二个，
the son of Fashur. Who's reading it? Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
马坦的儿子是法提亚，阿施户尔的儿子基大利，示利米亚的儿子犹甲，马基亚的儿子巴施户尔，听见耶利米对众人所说的话，说：
Thank you. And a third name
第
was
3个名字，
found here is Gemariah, the son of Shaphan. Gemariah, the son of Shaphan. Jeremiah 36:10.
暴露就在耶和华殿上院，耶和华殿的新门口。沙番的儿子文士基玛利亚的屋内，念书上耶利米的话给众人听。
Thank you. So you see 3 names that they are scribes. They were found in here by the archaeologists.
所以考古学家都找到这些名字在那些印章里面。
This is connected again to what I said to you in the first day in Caesarea, remember? I will remind you that when Jesus was coming exactly this way from the Mount of Olives on Palm Sunday down to the Kidron Valley, go up to the temple, and they were screaming, Hosanna. And the first were upset, and they told him, shut down. Jesus said, if you shut down, they shut down, the stones will cry. And here I see the stones cried glory of the Lord from that point.
我们讲到耶稣从橄榄山下来进入溪谷，然后上圣殿里面去。那骑兵进入耶路撒冷，他们呼喊说：“和散那奉主名的是应当称颂的。”然后他们禁止他们呼喊。然后圣经说：“你禁止呼喊，石头也要呼喊。”所以考古学家找到的石头就是呼喊的这些真实的证据。
All right, let's go.
看那个取水的时候要走的路。
And what you see in here, it was a pool of water. This was full of water.
其实这里都是石，都是水来的。
To be a reservoir of water inside the city.
是在城里面的一个水池。
Okay? And then now, the tunnel that you see down there is the tunnel of Hezekiah. That goes down now to what the part that you're going to walk.
接着下去要走的就是西西家挖界的水，到那个挖界水到了这个地方。
When King Solomon was crowned as a king, the Bible said that King David told him to go and crown him at the pool. So that's what is written there. So they think that this is maybe the place where it happened.
所以那个当所罗门做王的时候，大卫要高他是在水池旁，这个水池大概可能就是这个水池。
Okay. Now we're gonna go and walk the tunnel tour. Everybody comes together. The one gonna do the wet tunnel to go first, and then the dry one in the back. So I'm gonna go with the one that doing the dry one. Okay, Pastor, we're gonna be with the one that doing the wet one.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did they enlarge the tunnels or are these the original size?
This is not tunnel. This is the pool.
Just now the ones that we were walking.
Yeah, original size.
Original size. 这是他们蛮大只的，可以去那个我前面的去打那个size。你刚才需要给你的头吗？也是小幸福，是的，原来我出门玩的小幸福。
Talking about that Roman street that we saw the middle of it, okay, up here. We're gonna see today the end of it up at the tunnel, and now we're gonna see the beginning of it here at the pool of Siloam. The pool of Siloam is over there. It's part of the pool. Is the water that you came up and you saw it. The water when you came from the tunnel out, you saw the water. This was part of the pool all the way to here. Okay? And you see the way that you see it from here. Come inside. You see the steps. In here.
这里小心踩着。
Now, the archaeologists found this walkway up here. Okay? Then, if we went to the right side, there are another steps like this in the other side. Okay? Are you with me?
And it leads to?
Huh?
It leads to where?
It leads to the temple. We saw the other part of this up this morning, remember? This is the way I showed you now in the picture.
But now it's buried.
Huh?
Now it's buried, right? This one.
It's covered?
Yeah, it's covered.
Yeah, because people built later on.
It's buried.
Now, this way up, and then another way in the other side. The archaeologists thought in the beginning that this is way up, and that is way down.
Oh, one-way street. Okay.
This is the street up, yeah, and the other one down. But then they realized that this step here, the other side, the step, exactly the same elevation. And this one also. And this one, and this one. Every step here matches same elevation of the step in the other side. What does that mean? That this is the same road, the same step, but they've dug this side and that side. They couldn't dig in the middle because there are houses in here. So this is a wide road that I showed you in the picture. You understand this?
Yes.
And it goes all the way up. Now, under the streets, normally they used to have the sewage tunnel. And you see the sewage down here? All this. Okay? And when the Jewish revoluted against the Romans in the year 66 AD until 70, the rebels of the Jewish people flee and hide it in the sewage down here. And that's why in here on the left side you see they showed you like how they like under the road they made like houses and food. No, this is the model how they lived down here underneath the road.
And that's also big.
No, it's just a model
A model.
to show you that this is how they dwell. Okay? Do you understand this? Okay, good. All right, that's it. Let's go. Next is bus. Yes. We're gonna pass by the.
我再往上爬，大家是说还没有挖完，等这个挖好了我们再来。
There's some material.
挖那个通道，通道还没有通完。水命啊，哦。
小心啊，小心哦。
你看他们全部游泳的，比较厉害。啊，他们在里面游泳。你有看到吗？没有啊。老师走下面吗？
他走后面吗？牧师应该去找他们了。这批男生，包括教师，走在我们团的后面。
好嘞。是啊。哇。经常会放那个。低温呢？哦。
回来了，后面，后面这边。
我跟肚子没有事啊。
没有，
很好。
我还有理发本我。
That's Siloam, full Siloam. That's what it is.
Where the water?
The water is only up there where we finish the tunnel. Yes, yeah, it doesn't go down. Why? Because they want people to stay here and teach them. And the pool is smaller today. Because later on, during the Muslim period, they made a spring to drink. They blocked that tunnel from here. And only because this was part of that. Was no building. All this was connected to that tunnel. Where you came from, that was part of the pool. Jewish now.
Jewish, not Israelite.